Hello, I'm Alessandro De Sico, and thank you for purchasing my tutorial. This is a Wonderland tutorial, and we're gonna start right away by reading the photo. And what we have here is a ginger girl that is sitting on a really small pond, and we're gonna work in Photoshop to remove all of this stuff, and we're gonna create a reflection of her right in the water right here. And so let's get it started quick. So first thing I want to do is I want to create a nice warm effect to this photo. So we're gonna go and work on the temperature and give it a nice little warm effect. We don't want to exaggerate it doing this. And with the tint, we just go simply up and down to see when the skin is becoming more natural. And I think that around +2 is okay. Now what I normally do here is I take off a little bit of contrast, just slightly a little bit. I'm doing this so by taking off the contrast we can see the whites a little bit more, and the shadows tend to come out a little bit more. And so talking about shadows, we just want to raise them up a little bit with the blacks too. I'm not touching highlights or whites a lot because I don't think we actually need to move anything of this. I think it's perfectly shot, so I'm not going to touch this at all. Put this 0 and 0. Okay, now once we've done this, we're going to move the clarity up a little bit, and we're going to put it to around 50. So she's going to stand out, yeah, a little bit more. Now we're going to go down to hue and saturation, and we're going to make the skin slightly less red. Okay, around here. This is just to see how it affects everything. So we just want to touch that a little bit. And with the luminance, we're going to make these oranges, pinks, everything slightly more brighter. So just around here. And to finish in Lightroom, we're going to move the sharpening up to around 20. Okay. This is what we had before. This is what we have now. Okay. So now we're going to edit this in Photoshop. Okay, now first thing I want to do is I want to remove all of this. So we're going to duplicate the layer, or press Ctrl J or Command J on your keyboard. And now we're simply going to start cloning everything. So we're going to get the clone stamp tool, and we're going to make this bigger. Okay, around here. Now we want to follow, we have this rock that is here. Yeah, and we just want to do something like this and like this. Okay, now we have to see the designs of the way the rocks are pulled, just to make it more natural as possible. And so you need to work that out. So if this rock right here has a space into it, we need to find a similar rock or something that would go good to it. So I would think this one here, if we could, so this one here, we could put it like this. Okay, and now it will just be perfect. Okay, now we want to remove all of this. I'm actually going to duplicate the layer again to remove all of this stuff. So just clone it. Okay, I just cloned it so that if I made any mistakes like on the rocks or something like this, could fix that later. So but it's all good. Now we want to remove this bit, so we're just gonna do this again. Simply, it doesn't matter if you're passing over her. Okay, and we want to delete her as well. Actually, delete all of this. It won't actually matter if it would look like this bad. It doesn't, because then later when we will put the reflection in, it will all get fixed. So, okay, now we just want to put some whites just to make it slightly realistic. Okay, you can lower down the opacity and start doing something like this. Okay, as you can see, this does not actually look good at all, but it doesn't matter because now we're going to copy this bit and we're going to do this by selecting the half, and I would go around here. We're going to copy this and now we're going to paste it. Now Control T or Command T to open up the transformation tools, and we're going to press vertical. Once you can see, we actually placing a photo by putting the opacity down, and we need to make this that it looks good, so around here. Okay, just move that up. Okay, and now I've created a layer mask here by pressing here, and press Ctrl I or Command I on your keyboard, or simply click 2 times on the layer mask so that this opens up, and just press invert. So now we have this again, and now with a white brush set to 100, we just want to paint from where the water starts, so do something like this. Okay, so now that we've done that, it looks good. Now we want to add some Gaussian blur to it to make it just slightly more realistic. And yeah, that's about it. We just don't want it too much. Okay, I would just leave it at around around 4. I think it would be good. Yeah, okay, just leave it around 4. Just slightly more, just a bit 5. Okay, so now that we have done this, we are ready to work our photo. And now we can start working on the skin. So we open up the skin and the eyes and everything, so we can actually start working in the eyes. So we're going to press the lighter. All of this you can find it in a perfect portrait action. So now that we press the lighter, we have this group that's opened up called perfect eyes. We just get a white brush, make sure the black layer mask is selected, and we're just going to paint inside our iris. Okay, And we do something like this. She has very dark eyes, so doesn't actually, it won't affect really that much, but they will still look good. Okay. Now once we've done that, we can actually contrast the eyes a little bit. So where the black layer mask is, it says paint on a bright, so we want to paint on a bright, so here. And here. Now we can actually leave this because it's the dark side, the dark bits of the eyes are really small. You can actually see them. So I want to take the contrast a little bit down. Just add it. Okay, something like that. Okay, good. Now she has a nice white eye, so we don't need this. Neither we need the color boost. So all we have to do is just sharpen the eyes a little bit. And like this, I'll do like this, and put it down a little bit more. Okay, now once that we've done this, we can start working on our hair. Now we're gonna do click the hair enhancer, and a group opens up, and with a white brush we just start painting all over our hair, and as you can see, we'll just give it a nice color to it, make it more live. So this is what we made. Now we passed the mouse over places we didn't have to go, so with a black brush we just repaint where we don't want the action to paint. So here and here on the cheeks. Okay. Okay, now we have done this. This is the hair before and after. Now we can do some dodge and burning to the hair too. Now what we have to do is with the dodge we have to paint 20% on the places that are brighter. So like this, like here. Yeah. And with the burn, you want to paint it where the dark is. So yeah, slightly in here. So what I'm actually doing now is I'm creating this the hair to look more contrasty between the lights and the shadows of the hair. So it'll actually make the hair just pop out a little bit more. Okay, good. Now after we have done this, we can just start working on the skin. So we flatten the image here by pressing here. We press frequency separation. Okay, I normally decide the amount of blur that I want by just looking at the eyes here when they are not too much blurred and they're not the level of details is not too strong. We just need to find a right number that's in between the really strong and not too strong. So like here, like this is just not good because we can actually still see the eyes and all the details on the skin and everything. So we just want to just maybe put that up, and I think 7 is a bit too much. Maybe 5. Okay, 5 is perfect. All the details on the skin have just disappeared, and you can slightly see the lines of the eyes here, and so this is a good one. We open up the group called frequency separation, and we press on a high layer. We select the clone tool. Just want to make this small, and now we can now remove all the imperfections from the skin. With the Alt button, we just select a place of the skin that is actually clean. So once you click it, you leave the Alt button, and then Photoshop will automatically clone Photoshop will automatically clone everything that we want to clean. Okay. Okay, now once you have done, we press the low layer. We're going to select the lasso tool, and we're going to select a part of the skin, and we're going to give it the same amount of blur that we gave it before. So we gave it a 5 before. We're going to give it a 5 now. And now with while you have selected the lasso, you have to press Ctrl Alt F or Command Alt F on the places of the skin where you actually want the blur to be applied. You can actually press the combination of the buttons more times if you want. I normally press it around from 1 time to around 3 times. We just do it around. Okay, this is what we've done. I'm gonna actually do some here. Normally on the neck, I press it only once because I don't want it to be too much. Okay. Do something on the arm as well. We select with the lasso tool. Press it. Okay. Okay. Now that we've done with the skin, we can go on and creating the dodge and burn on our face. So we're going to go here on the dodge and burn, and with a white brush set at 20%, we want to start drawing from a nose all the way up to a forehead. And this is really important that you never leave the pen from your graphic board, or you leave the mouse button, because it's you don't want to create two types of dodge and burn at the same time, so only do it once. Okay, now we want to go with the burn. Under her nose. Okay, so now that we've done under our nose, we would just want to go around our forehead here and here. And we need to create a burn here as well. And here too. Did that wrong. Okay. Okay, now as you can see, it's just all marked, so we just want to move everything down a bit. Slightly up, but we just want to turn the burn down a little bit. Okay, now once that we've done this, this is what we have done with the dodge and burn. Just made pop out a little bit more. Okay, so now we're going to go to the lips. So we're going to go flatten image here and go to the lips enhancer and simply paint with a white brush on her lips. Put it at 100. And you want to take this down a little bit. Okay, and we're going to do the dodge and burn for our lips too. So it's a dodge. I'm going to do in the middle here. Oops. I have to do this at 20%. Okay. With the burn, you want to do it under here and under here. You want to take this down. Okay, now once that we have done this, we simply work on the background. So I really like, I would like it to give a nice brown effect. So we go up to our infra brown action here, press brown, click OK. And now at 100% opacity, we just paint all over with a white brush, all over the background. Just want to paint it on the rocks as well, just to remove that little bit of remaining greens. Just want to paint it here too. this is what we have done. Now we want to flatten the image and we want to make the photo pop out a little bit more. So we're going to go to Filter, Nick Collection, and Color Effects Pro. We're going to go all the way down to Pro Contrast, and we're going to raise the dynamic contrast a little bit so that she pops out a little bit around here. You just don't want to do it too much, just around here is okay. Okay, good. Now once that we have done this, I normally flatten the image again, and now I would like to add a little fallen leaf that that she would look at. So we're gonna go and get the overlays. So here are the overlays, and we're gonna go to leaves overlays. I'm just gonna find the right leaf. So I think this one would be good. So leaves 2. Just gonna put it like this. Drag it onto Photoshop, onto our photo, and now we want to just select one of it. So I'm gonna select this one. So we're gonna press copy, and then we're gonna press paste. Okay. Now we want to delete all of these leaves. So just press delete on our keyboard, or simply move it to the bin here. And now we want to move the leaf to the place where we think she is looking. I would think around here. Okay. Found it. And we want to add some Gaussian blur to it, or some motion blur. I think motion blur would be actually good to give it a little fallen effect. Go right towards her, that's good. Okay, now once that we've done this, I want to make the photo, all the photo look slightly warmer. So we're going to go to adjustments, and we're going to go to photo filter. Okay, and now we have the warming filter here, so we can actually make this slightly warmer. Make sure this is left check on. Okay, I think around 36 is good. And now with a black brush, we can simply remove some warmness of her. I set it at around 30 because I don't want to take it off too much. So do something like this. Okay. Okay. Now that we have done this, we want to go back to the portrait, perfect portrait. So here, and we want to give the photo a little bit of details. So I would paint on her and on the rocks. So here, put it at 100. Something like this. Okay. This is what we have. We want to take this down a little bit. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, now once that we have done this, we simply go to boost. And take off the boost a little bit. And here we have a finished photo. So this is how it was before. And this is how it is now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be waiting you on another tutorial. Thank you.